Unsung female warriors around the world. Hey folks! A female is indeed a warrior, may it be for her family or for herself. She never takes her foot back in tough times. But do you know there are some warriors of history who are significantly important? To know about such warriors, we have compiled this video titled Unsung Female Warriors Around the World. But before that, if you are watching this channel for the first time, then do subscribe the channel for more such factual videos. Also, hit the bell icon so that you get a notification whenever we upload a new video. 1. Tomoguzen, 1157 to 1247. In the Japanese military epic The Tale of the Heike, a series of narratives about the lives and battles of those who fought in the Genpei War of the 12th century, Tomoguzen appeared as a female samurai. According to the description, Guzen was a skilled archer who fought for General Kiso Yashinaka. According to a description of the tale by the Japan Times, she wore heavy armor and a large bow, and fought a rival samurai with a sword and lopped off his head. She was a fearless rider, whom neither the fiercest horse nor the roughest ground could dismay, and so dexterously did she handle sword and bow that she was a match for 1,000 warriors, fit to meet either god or devil.
2. Mata Bhat Kaur.
Wazir Khan and his army broke through the walls of the Sirhind fort to get to the women warriors. In a classic paternalistic power move, Khan was taken aback by the sight, and he began taunting the women. "Are you afraid of women?" Khan asked his soldiers. "They are gifts for you, capture them, and do what you want with them." "We are the hunters, not the hunted," said Mata Bhat Kaur. "Come forward, and find out what's going on." The soldiers of Khan advanced, but the army of Kaur killed many of them, and left the rest to retreat. She and her warriors were killed by fire. One of the best sources of inspiration for feminists is Bibi Daler Kaur, a martyr among Sikhs. 3. Queen Boudica. An Iceni queen united the tribes, and led a rebellion against the world's mightiest empire, during the Roman conquest of Britain. The land was ruled by the king Prasutagus of the Iceni. In order to curry favor with the Romans, he left his personal wealth to his daughters, as well as a large amount to Emperor Nero. The gesture had the opposite effect, as relations between the Iceni tribes and Rome had been in decline for a long time. The Romans decided to take full control of his kingdom. Roman soldiers raped Boudica's daughters and members of her family after plundering the Iceni kingdom. The revolt of Celtic tribes was the result of the leadership of Queen Boudica. Londinium and Verulamium were destroyed and burned by them. In the end, they defeated the 9th Legion and almost destroyed it. Tens of thousands of Romans and Britons were killed during the revolt by the forces of Boudica. Now that you have come halfway to this video, hit the like button if you have liked it so far, also subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon, so you don't miss out on any videos. 4. Rani Velu Nachiar, 1730 to 1796. The queen of the Shivagangai kingdom from 1769 to 1790 was Rani Viramangai Velu Nachiar. Rani was the first female Indian ruler to successfully revolt and triumph against the British Empire, and she is celebrated by Tamilians as Viramangai, or brave woman, an apt moniker. The daughter of a royal family, Princess Velu was brought up as a male child in a family that did not subscribe to gender roles. Velu spent countless hours training in weaponry, martial arts, and archery, as well as studying French, English, and Urdu, because her parents made sure she was well trained and read. In 1772, Velu's husband and daughter were killed in the war for the Kalayar Koli Palace. The first recorded suicide bombing in history took place in 1780, with Velu hitting back against the invaders. She used her intelligence-gathering agents to find where the British had stored their weapons. Kiili, a follower of Velu, doused herself in oil and set herself alight in order to dismantle their operation. The adopted daughter of Velu, Udayal, killed herself to destroy the British arsenal. Velu formed a women's army in her honor. The British were defeated by Velu, and her army in Shivagangai was regained by Velu. Later, the British East India Company overtook the kingdom of Shivagangai following her death. Professor Ali, a Tamil-American hip-hop artist, released a song dedicated to Velu Nachiar called Our Queen from his 2016 album Tamil Natic. 5. Ananzinga, 1583–1683. In the year 1624, Ananzinga ascended to rule as Queen of Ndongo, an African state in what is now Angola. According to a description published online by the Metropolitan Museum of Art, she formed an alliance with Portugal to protect her people against attacks from rival African kingdoms and to end Portuguese raids on her slaves. When Nzinga was betrayed by her allies, she fled west to the kingdom of Matamba, where she welcomed runaway slaves and African soldiers. She introduced communal militia organizations in Matamba to raise young boys apart from their families and to train them as fighters, even though she no longer resided in the area. Nzinga continued to push back against the control of the Portuguese by allying with the Netherlands and Matamba to compete with them in the commercial market. She fought with her troops until she was 60 years old. She spent her remaining years in power rebuilding her war-torn country after brokering a peace treaty with Portugal. 6. Joan of Arc. One of the most famous women warriors is Joan of Arc. She was a natural military leader, and when she led the French forces to victory, she made her place in the history books. Joan of Arc believed that she was chosen by God to lead the French to victory against the British when she was a child. Joan of Arc convinced Prince Charles of Valois to let her command the French army in battle. She won the respect she needed to keep fighting and commanding after she led the French forces to a victory in the battle in the city of Orleans. Joan of Arc led a group of soldiers against the English during the early 15th century. She dressed up as a man for an entire year, and fought the British at a time when women were expected to behave modestly. Even the most ferocious warriors aren't immune from capture. Joan of Arc confronted the English near Compiègne in 1430 under orders from her king. She was arrested and charged with more than 70 crimes. She was sentenced to death for her crimes when she was just 19 years old. After 19 years, Joan of Arc's name was cleared. She is considered to be one of the patron saints of France after being canonized in 1920. 7. Fuhau, died 1200 BC. According to a biography, published in 2002 in Women in World History, a biographical encyclopedia, the earliest known female general of the Shang dynasty was Fuhau, who lived about 3,000 years ago. One account in the collection of the Gulbenkian Museum of Oriental Art and Archaeology in England describes her leading 3,000 soldiers in a regional campaign, and her exploits were preserved in fragments of text. Archaeologists discovered Fuhau's tomb near Anyang, China in 1976, and learned more about her military rank. According to the British Museum, more than 100 weapons were found in her tomb, which confirms her status as a high-ranking military leader. The remains of 16 slaves, who were buried alive to serve her in the afterlife, were included in her tomb, along with thousands of ornamental objects and vessels. And that's it for the day. Which one of these amazed you the most? Tell us in the comments. Stay tuned with facts, folks, and fun for more such content. Also, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon so you don't miss out on any video. Do share the video with your friends.